It's been 4 months since I received my Adams boots, and you guys have given me no rest. I don't think a day has went by where someone hasn't asked for, we want a boot review. So why? Why has it taken so long? Well, it takes a long time to break in a proper set of boots, and I had to use them. I wanted to use them on a fire. I wanted to use them in hot weather, in cold weather. I wanted to really put them through the test, and I feel like I can sufficiently speak to the quality of the boots from the experience that I've gleaned so far. So let's get into it, and I'm going to give you my takes and my experience with the Adams Wildland boots. A little bit of history for you new subscribers. As a wildland firefighter and wannabe logger, I demand and really like proper boots. I've worn custom-made boots for a long time. I think they're worth the money. There's the old saying, you should spend as much money as you can on two things, your boots and your bed, because if you're not in one, you're in the other. And so I really subscribe to that. So 5 months ago, a custom boot maker up in the Midwest by the name of Adam, or Adams Boots, contacted me and said, I will build you the best set of boots you've ever had. So we went through the process, and what you're looking at are the boots. Fast forward 4 months later, and I have had a chance to wear them in every possible situation that I would find myself. Wildland fires, tree climbing, cold weather, hot weather, flat ground, steep ground, wet ground, dry ground, everything, and I have a really good idea what to expect now. Now the question that always comes up from everyone who is willing to make an investment in a pair of boots like this, we're talking in the $500–600 range. Yeah, I know it sounds like a lot, but there's a lot to it. But the main boot, the gold standard has been for years and years the white smoke jumper, which you see right here. These boots I have had built, custom built over 20 years ago. And here they are, still trekking along. Fully rebuildable and a classic boot, a great boot. Still probably, without a doubt, the most common used boot in the wildland firefighter scene. So these are the two. I mean, this basically, there's also Nick's boots, which I have not worn, but I've heard have been good. But we'll just stick with these two because these are what we have. Price-wise, Adams boots are going to run you, as of the last time I checked, around the $600 range. Your White's boots at or near the $500 range. So you're going to pay a little bit more for the Adams. Is it worth it? That's what you guys always ask. Is it worth it? What do you get for that extra $100? What you get, in my opinion, my experience, is a better built boot, a better fitting boot with superior craftsmanship and superior build. The main things I'm talking about is you're going to get a boot that is really truly fitted to you. I had these custom fitted, right, 20 years ago, and they don't fit very well anymore because over the years they have stretched and the laces come together and I can no longer get them tight as I want, so I end up having to put footbeds in and extra socks, and that's not ideal. So I voiced that concern to Adam when we were designing these boots, and he was designing it and putting these together how I wanted them, and so he was able to open these up for me to make the spacing between the eyes bigger. That is a custom feature that you're not going to get, that I know of, from White's, because I mean I went through the process, and maybe it's changed, but it wasn't the case then. Also, you get a full one-piece elk-lined inner. You know, the thing about these boots is so I'm working around guys that know boots. You know, I mean, there's most people on the street you run into, you know, whether you're wearing these boots or whether you're wearing something from Walmart, most guys are not going to know the difference. But my set and the guys that I run around with, they know. They know because most of them are firefighters, and most of them work in the forestry or logging industry, and they know. The thing that I have noticed with the Adams boots is especially when I'm around the fire guys, is they start asking questions. When I take them off in the firehouse and they see this, you know, they start asking questions. Well, what is that? Are those lined? What are those lined with? And then I get to tell the whole story. So just those little attention to details and the pull loops versus these here, just the little things, you know, the little things make big differences. Everything matters to me when I'm doing something, and sometimes those smallest minute details are can make all the difference. And those are just a few of them. I'm not going to go into all of them. I've went into the build on other videos. I just want to talk about why I think that the extra $100 is worth it. And I think that it really comes down to, the main thing is the tailorability. And the fact that Adam, when he takes your measurements, sends you out the whole upper boot to try on, to pre-fit before he stitches all the sole on. That right there is, what does that cost him to do that? Shipping back and forth. That, there's your $100. The extra time and spending time on the phone and all of that. So let's take a look. Close up. How have the boots fared after 4 months? So I'm looking at these here. What am I seeing? Everything is breaking in nicely. It's getting very soft. Oh, one more thing first. There's a difference between these two boots because I asked Adam to build them a different way. So I want to talk about weight. Weight was really important to me. It's been a saying with the old timers for years that a pound on your foot is equivalent to 5 pounds on your back. And the U.S. Army and many different organizations have actually done studies on that to find out if a heavy shoe fatigues guys more than not. And I just read an article where the U.S. Army pretty much concluded that yes, we don't know how the old timers figured it out, but yes, that's almost exactly what it is. A pound on your foot is equivalent to 5 on your back. When I weighed Adam's boot on the scale, it came in at 3.4 pounds. When I weighed the White's boot on the scale, it came in, I think, just over 4. So, what's that equate to? What that equates to is the Adams boots are over half a pound lighter than the White's. So, pounds-wise, and that's per boot. So we're talking about, that's like having an extra 6 or 7 pounds on your back wearing the White's boot. And I can feel it, because I can go with either one of these boots. I love both of these boots, but what I have found that I've been going to is I've been going to the Adams boots. Like I had to make tough decisions when we get a call on a fire. I look at the two boots and I think, should I go with the tried and true, the one that I've been in for years that has never let me down, or should I go with the new boots, which are a little bit untried? And I've made the decision to go with the Adams boots because of a couple things. The lightweight means a lot to me. And the reason why they're lighter weight is I've asked him to build them that way. A little bit less leather here, a little bit more flexible, a little bit less leather here around the heel. Gives it a lot more flexibility, much more athletic. Less leather in the sole, not quite as heavy. And what that makes is a lightweight athletic boot, a nimble boot, not as clunky as the White's boot. And I always thought the White's boot to be a pretty athletic boot compared to the West Coast and the Danners, but this is truly an athletic boot. But that comes at a cost. That extra half pound comes at a cost because I can feel sharp rocks and things through the sole. So it's a trade-off. What do you want? Do you want something you can put 60, 70 pounds on your pack and walk through the nastiest, pointiest rock? Having a boot built like this, that's not going to be ideal. But if you want a boot that you can hop around on logs, that you can work in comfortably, because the majority of the work that we're doing, we're running around, we're standing on concrete, we're not walking through nasty shards of rocks. So I'm not saying that a lightweight boot makes that not an option. Just be aware of it. You have to make a choice. If you want a nimble, lightweight boot, he can build it for you this way. If you want a boot that you could walk over nail spikes, he can build a boot for you that way. You can tailor it. It's not just one size fits all. That's what you get. That's what you're paying for with Adam. And he's small enough where he still cares. Some guys have said, well, I'm concerned about buying Adam's boots because I don't know if he's going to be there. What happens if I invest $600 in a boot and he decides to stop making boots? Well, Adam is a young guy, and he is very passionate about what he does, and I have no doubt that he'll be doing it for a long time because he has a skill set and an artistry that people will demand. And even if he doesn't make boots forever, there's a lot of great boot makers that can rebuild this boot for you. It's not like it's so proprietary that no one else could work on it. It's stitching in leather. So that's my take on it. So which one would I buy? Would I buy the Whites or would I buy the Adams? To me, the extra $100 is insignificant down the road, 10, 20 years. If I get a boot that truly fits, that feels better, that's lighter, that's built to my specifications. That $100 is forgotten. So, you know, I mean, when you're up to that level of $500–600 for a boot, it doesn't make much difference, 5 or 6 really. So you have to save for another month or two. But there you have it. That's my take. So you can't go wrong with either boots. I'm not going to disparage the white boots whatsoever. They've proven themselves, and they continue to prove themselves. And if you have bought a pair, don't think that you are wearing, you're a second-class citizen, or that you have an inferior product. Absolutely not. The White's boots are magnificent. The Adams boots are magnificent. The Nick's boots, from what I hear, you know, are of the same cut from the same cloth. So that is my take. So I have got, if you want more boot stuff, if this is just, this long video was not too much for you, or was not enough for you, and you have to have more, I'm getting ready to service these boots. What does that mean? It means to recondition them, to clean them, to really get them all checked out. They've been several months here without any oil on them, but it's time. So I've got a new product that I haven't used before. As you guys know that have been old-time subscribers, Obanoffs is my product of choice. They are official sponsors of the Wranglerstar channel. What do I get from them? I get some free boot leather, and I got this bottle of cleaner. that's what I get. So not getting rich here, and I only support them because I use them for years and years, and I believe that they're the best on the market. So they sent me this Obanoffs leather cleaner. I haven't used it. I've always used saddle soap in the past, but I'm going to use it. In addition to that, I have something really special here. I have a secret recipe. Special Adams boot grease. He made this for me and sent me this big old shampoo container full of it. I don't know what's in it. It's secret. It's his proprietary. It smells good. It smells like pina colada. But he claims that this is what he uses on his boats, or he claims this is what he uses on his boots. And he sent me this big jug to try out. So I'm going to try it out. Will you get a big jug like this from Adams if you buy his boots? I don't think so. Probably not. I think that this was probably a special perk for Wrangler, or a Wranglerstar perk. But if you ask for it, I'm sure that he would be happy to send you some. So we're going to try that today. So we're going to strip these boots down, clean them with the Obanoffs leather cleaner, try the new Adams leather protect it, and see how it goes. But that will be in a part 2 video because it's going to be too long. So if you'd like to watch this video, I'll put a link in the subject heading for you mobile users, and you can go to the end card, and I'll put a link there directly where you can click on the picture and go to the video. So let's get started on the boots, and we'll see you guys over there. So last week's riddle was way too easy. I have one that's not so easy. However, I'm not going to give you the riddle until you do one thing. Did you click the thumbs up? Go ahead. I'll wait. All right. You got it clicked? It's right down there. Okay, now we can go on to our riddle. Now, before I go to the riddle, I want to tell you that the riddles need to be solved on the honor system, not using the internet. What is the honor system? Well, you know what the honor system is. It is that I can trust you, that you will use your own brain, your big brain, to figure it out on your own, without typing it in and finding the results online. Do you know what integrity is? Integrity is what we do when no one is watching. And so I'm asking, I don't need to ask, because Wranglerstar subscribers are the paragon of integrity. So, ready? Here's the riddle. Let's see. What has roots that no one can see, yet is taller than any tree? Up, up, up it goes, but it never grows. That is the riddle. So if you think you can figure that out, or know what it is that I'm speaking of, put it in the comments. And again, remember, integrity, honesty, and the honor system. So if you'd like to watch the boot maintenance using the new Obanoffs product, I'm a little excited about it. Right there. You can click on that. That'll take you over to the video where I'm going to break them down, and we'll actually get to see how they held up a little bit better. So be like sitting with friends. We'll get together in the shop, everyone gather around and grease our boots. Yeah, that sounds great, doesn't it? Funny enough, it does to me. So that's it. We'll see you guys on the next video. Oh, mobile users, you can click the link in the subject heading. I'll put it there for you, for your iPad, Android users. So thanks for watching. See you guys on the next video.